Hey guys, welcome to today's little flow that we will do. It will be about arms and core, and we will finish, or the peak pose will be flying crow, so one-legged crow pose. Thank you for the suggestion, by the way. So let's start lying on our belly. On our back, not the belly. And just start. I like to start slow. I actually usually always start slow because it's the easiest way and it's very comfortable and feels good. So you can put one hand on your belly, one on your chest, just above your heart, releasing your legs, your arms, your face, and starting to bring your attention towards your breath. Observing it to come in through your nostrils and leave also through your nose. Feel the energy coming up towards your chest with your inhale, and then with your exhale, allowing your whole body to release even deeper into the floor. Releasing, relaxing, inhaling, feeling the oxygen coming in towards your arms and legs and brain. And exhale, allow everything release again. And then slowly start moving your toes, your head sliding or rolling to the side and then to the other. And then take a stretch, so bring your arms overhead, stretch from your toes all the way towards your fingertips. And then slowly bringing your knees towards your chest, squeezing them in, rolling your hips on the ground. Slowly blinking your eyes open. And from here, bring your legs up, so you can keep a slight bend in your knees if that feels better or easier for you to have in order to have your legs above your hips. And then make some intention with your feet. So always try to bring your intention towards the end of your limbs. So this time it's your toes. So you can spread them. You can flex your heels. Bringing the fingertips behind your ears. Inhale, bring all the air towards your chest. And then exhale, really squeeze your abs. Bring the ribs in and the navel in. Inhale, again, opening the chest. Really sucking the belly in. And then exhale, squeeze. Ribs in and lift your shoulder blades. Inhale, open the chest, belly really sucks in and bringing the left foot towards the ground to hover. And then exhale, the left elbow goes towards the right knee. Inhale, change the legs. And exhale, right elbow, left knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, try to do this little crunch. Inhale, exhale to the left side. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale. You can observe that because we are doing it very slow. Maybe it's harder than to what you are used to. Inhale. Release back, bring your knees towards you, grab them with your hands. And then grab behind your knees and try to really squeeze your belly and make yourself small and round in your spine, and then start rolling back and forth. So this is easier if you really can round also your low back. And you can roll very effectively. Also, it depends on your bra if it feels good or not to roll. Sometimes the clothes are not the most comfortable for this position. And then bring your feet back, crossing the shins. Behind you, your palms on your mat. Flat, spreading the fingers. And then because we are going to do stuff on our palms and our hands, you always have to prepare your wrist just a little bit. Doesn't have to be very huge preparation, but try to observe what you are doing. So first, trying to bring your shoulders forward and to the side, and then with a big circle, circling your shoulders around or above your wrists, while using your fingertips and your knuckles, pressing them down, change the direction of the circling. And really make sure that your weight is not just on your wrists, but it's spread all over your palms and fingers. And then release. Release your cat to balcony. He wanted to go outside, but it's cold. Yeah, I know. But you wanted to go there. Okay. Then turn your fingers to the sides. And even though you are really just on your knees, just with a little bit of weight on the front, on your palms and hands and arms, already do this as if you had a lot of weight forward. So bring a little bit more engagement in your shoulders, and maybe just a little bit of rounding in your upper back. And then pressing the shoulders away from your ears, so just to have the proper protraction, the proper engagement in your shoulder blade. And then fingers go towards your knees, if possible, as much as possible. Inhale here, also having your core engaged, pulling the navel in, the ribs in, and exhaling. Slowly start leaning back towards your heels, feeling the front of your wrists stretching. Inhale forward. Exhale, use your fingertips, press the knuckles down, and exhale, try to lean back. It doesn't have to be very big motion, as much as you feel your wrists. Inhale forward, and exhale, lean back, and then maybe starting to peel your palms away from the ground, but still rooting with your knuckles, maybe bending the elbows. Inhale forward, bring the palms down, and exhale back. Okay, and then release. Make fists, cross the thumbs in front of your knuckles, and then make a little bit of like flexing of your palms towards your forearms, and then try to extend your elbows and really bring the palms towards you. Don't fight. And then release, open the fingers, spread them, stretch them, and then shake it out. Good. So now we will go for a plank, because plank is the most basic pose that you have to manage to find a little bit more engagement in your core and in your shoulders. So find your normal plank where your shoulders ends up above your wrists and your heels above your toes or your knuckles. And we try first to go to something that is more straight, It's not length engaged, but it's a plank version where you are trying to make a straight line, basically. So in this one, you can look down, finding your belly. If it is hanging down, try to pull it in, your ribs in, and then try to make your upper back a little bit rounder by pressing your palms down, and then shoulders away from your ears, belly still is in. Try to open your collarbones a little bit more. So it's sounds like we're doing nothing, but it's actually quite tough one. And then release the knees down. Counter it with a cow tilt, an opening in your chest, in your collarbones. Sitting bones goes up. Rolling the shoulders back, your shoulder blades down, your spine. Maybe even look up if you like. The neck stretch. And exhale. Belly sucks in. You press through your palms. Sitting bones point down. Inhale to the cow pose. Try really open your chest. So make space in between your front of your shoulders. And exhale, this time you want to squeeze the front of your shoulders or the space in between. And your belly in. One more inhale. And exhale. Finding a little bit of a higher plank or a really strong one, especially important for the crown. To spread your fingers, index fingers facing forward. Step one foot and then the other back. And then what you want to do from here is really go high. So make the space in between the ground and your chest bone right in front of your heart very big. As big as your cat is will end up very high. They like to be in high spaces or high places. So try to really engage everything and press up. The space in between your shoulder blades needs to really broaden itself. So your shoulder blades, instead of staying close to each other, they want to really broaden. And then you don't want to end up in this position, squishing your shoulders towards your ears. You want to make this big. So it's also the sending of your shoulder blades down your spine. In this case, just because it feels better for your neck and your shoulders. Okay, step your feet back. Send your hips up to your down dog. Move your legs, your knees, bending them, maybe even sending the hips to one side and to the other. Really shake your head, releasing your neck. Find an external rotation in your arms. Try to point your elbows down, rotating your triceps and your armpits to the middle, towards each other. And then the last thing, pressing away from your palms. So instead of staying here hanging, try to make your shoulders long, your arms long, engaging your core in. And then slowly bring your feet together in your down dog, so your toes touch. And hover your right foot up. Bring it slowly up with an intention during the whole time. And exhale, bend the knee, bring the knee towards your chest. So bringing the knee towards your chest is always an amazing thing to do because it brings more awareness to your core. And especially in inversions, this helps you to keep your core really working, not leaving you not bending in or releasing your lower back especially. And then left heel comes up. Slowly round your spine, bringing shoulders forward over your wrists. For a tiger curl, maybe you touch your nose with your knee. And then inhale, come to your one-legged down dog, stretching from your fingertips all the way towards your left through your right toes. Inhale, exhale, another tiger curl, leaning forward, using your fingertips here, and really press, make yourself round, and then try to press everything up, also with your back foot. Flex your right foot and step it forward. This was one thing that I learned not very much in the beginning, but it took some time to learn how to really round, how to press from the palms, how to bring the hips really high, so staying really high to be able to step the foot forward. If you need to move your foot more forward because it ended up more in the middle of the mat than in the front, then just use your right hand, in this case, grabbing your ankle and stepping it more forward, just so you have a nice wide stance here. Raise your arms in your Anjane, in your low lunge, and exhale, bring the right arm underneath the left, crossing them, interlacing your hands, squeezing your palms together, or you're holding your left thumb. Inhale, reach your elbows up, squeeze the palms, and exhale. Try to go for a slight back bend just so you stretch your front core also after you used it. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, then squeeze the elbows towards your chest. Lean forward. Tuck your left toes into the ground and lift your left knee up. Left fingertips down, release your arms. Inhale the right arm up for a twist. And exhale, both palms down. So what we will do now here is to stretch first our hamstring. So bring your right foot up. And then slowly trying to stretch your knee and your hamstring here as you lean your hips a little bit more back to a pyramid pose. To this one, it's important for you to have the ability to bring your knee closer to your chest, also when your leg is straight, just so you can step the foot back at the same time. So although it's now just passive flexibility, try to press the heel down and imagine you want to bend the knee a little bit more, but use your quadriceps and also try to straighten the knee at the same time. From there, if you are not on your fingertips, come to your fingertips, maybe use blocks here and stay on your fingertips. You want to round again, do that protraction in your shoulders. Your shoulder will come a little bit towards your ears in this case, because you want to make yourself very, very long in your arms, and the space in between the ground and your chest and your shoulders very big. Then you have to use your back foot, and what helps also is if you step the back foot a little bit closer, to bring your hips very high. Inhale here, and then exhale. Try to bring the heel up above the ground. Squeeze your belly in, and then step the foot back. Hover it back. Palms come down, downward dog. Again, bringing the feet together. Big inhale through your nose. Sigh that through the mouth. Release your neck. Exhale. And then inhale. Hover the left foot and start bringing it up. And exhale. Bring the knee towards your chest. Right heel comes up. Rounding your spine. Squeezing your belly in. Reaching your shoulders forward. Exhale. Come back to that one-legged down dog. Inhale here. And exhale again, tiger crawl forward, and then really press through your palms, through your fingertips, through your back foot, even coming to your toe tips, flexing the left foot, then trying to step it forward. The right knee comes in or down. Inhale, reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana or low lunge. Exhale, bring your hips a little bit lower, squeezing your body, trying to press it away. Release the left arm underneath the right. Interlace your hands, squeeze the palms, or hold the right thumb. Inhale, reach your elbows up. And exhale, bring the thumbs to your forehead. Try to use your legs, squeezing them into the ground so you don't lose the balance like I did. Inhale, reach your fingertips up. And exhale, elbows squeeze towards your chest and down. And then release the right fingertips right underneath your right shoulder. Left arm comes up. Inhale. For a little twist. Exhale. Both palms down or fingertips down. So stepping the back foot a little bit closer. Bringing the right knee in or up. Left toes spread. Left front of the sole comes up. Then press through the front heel down. Try to bend the knee, but at the same time, don't allow it to bend. Inhale, open the chest, open the collarbones. And then exhale, maybe fold a little bit. Inhale, press through your fingertips, maybe use those blocks. And then exhale, hover the heel, really press through the back foot, rounding, squeezing the chest bone in and stepping the leg back. Inhale here and exhale. Okay, release the knees down. And we will just do a little crow pose for a preparation. Move your wrist. If you are still working on the crow, then you can do just the crow. If you are good at your crow, then you will try also the one-legged crow. And if you are feeling bored with your crow, that you are pretty good to balance on your hands. One thing that you can try with us is to have your fingers facing backwards, balancing like that. That is much scarier and you need a lot of flexibility in your wrists. But it's an amazing way to relearn or reprogram your brain. So if you are really afraid of falling forward in your crow, one thing that helps me, for example, when I'm trying to do the opposite fingers, is if I have something in front of me. So I like to put my sofa in front of my head, in front of my face. Here I have just this pillow that's not exactly the same, but you can use anything that helps you to get away from that fear of falling forward. So even this fade up is amazing for this one. So your fingers are facing forward if you are still learning the crow, or you can turn them back and try to bring your knees high above your elbows. That's very important. And then you can squeeze them in, or you can bring them in towards your armpits if you have the flexibility. You go high with your heels. Your palms are as wide as your shoulders. Use your fingertips and then start leaning your weight forward and try to find the sofa or something in front of you so you can lift your feet one at a time. If you are doing the opposite fingers, then it's very similar, just you have to bend your elbows a lot, find the proper distance in between yourself and the sofa. So this one is very scary. If you are very close to your prop, then you will not be able to lift your feet up. So you need to find appropriate distance to bring a lot of weight forward, because you have a lot of weight backwards, and if you even have your fingers facing backwards, then you have to keep a lot of weight backwards. And then once you have your feet up, try to lift your head away from your prop, so it can't be very high, in order to be able to do so. Sit back, sit on your heels, move your wrists. You can also close your eyes. Taking a few breaths in and out through your nose. Okay, going for that flying crow or one-legged crow variation. In this one, I like to use a little bit of different approach, and I like to have my knee on top of my elbow. And in order for the knee to stay and be stable above the elbow, and for you to be able still to balance, because you have weight only on one arm, it's tricky, because your knee, when it's extended, it's very pointing, and you have to be able to bring your heel all the way up, very away from the ground, just so you find a very nice flat area on your knee, and have this on top of your elbow that is pointy again. It's not really on the elbow, it's more like on the more fleshy part, right here. And as you see, as I bend my elbow, it's also a little bit more flat there. So this is one thing that is going to help you too, to think elbow needs to be bent, and once they are bent, you have a nice flat area to have your flat area on your knee on top. One exercise that is amazing for this one is chaturanga, but also this kind of chaturangas with hips up, or I don't know how to call them. So you bring your palms a little bit closer than you are used to in your down dog, just one step towards you. Then you inhale here, you press back, you can bend your knees. And then exhale, you bring your heels up, lean forward, and then try to bend your elbows, squeezing them towards each other, and lean forward. So it's not here, bringing the elbows down. The elbows need to stay above your wrists, and you try to bring your chest forward, then press back. Exhale, inhale, come forward again, bending the elbows, keep your belly in, trying to bring or touch the nose towards the ground, press back, exhale. This is exactly the position where you need to be in your flying crow, just with one knee on top of the elbow, which is making it actually easier. So this was the hard part. So again, starting from that shortened down dog, you look forward, you bring your weight forward. Maybe if you need to readjust your feet, your hands, you step them closer. You need to start bending the elbows, then bending one knee, but really bending, not halfway, all the way. You look forward and you start bringing more weight forward, as much as your back foot lifts. You don't have to go with the foot all the way up. It can be just a little hover, or you bend that knee and keep the leg bent and a little bit closer towards you, so you keep everything a little bit more compact and more stable. So let's try the other side. Again, finding that shortened down dog. Look forward. Start bending the elbows. Prepare your elbow to receive a very bent knee or the top of your elbow. Then start looking forward. Bring more weight over to your fingertips. Maybe you just bring your other knee in and you stay here, or keeping the knee bent, you bring the leg up. Slowly, with control, coming back. So I hope this was somehow educational for you. Maybe you learned a little bit. Make sure again to move your wrists. Also, it might happen that you will find a little bit of bruising on top of your elbows, which is normal. And the more strength you find in your core, in your front body and in your shoulders, the better you will be at having less weight on these elbows in your crown. So to finish, just shuffle your hips forward, extending the legs. Inhale here, stretch your arms forward, and then exhale, start sliding and rolling your back on the ground very carefully. And then take a bridge pose to stretch the front of your body and your arms, bending the knees, bringing the heels closer, just so they end up underneath your knees. Your feet are parallel. You can bend your elbows, fingertips facing up. Get your belly, and then start slowly with your inner thighs working, your knees staying in one line, not buckling to the side. So hips come up, squeeze your glutes as you press from your heels, squeezing your inner thighs. And then you can interlace your fingers underneath your back, and you can work your shoulders under, squeezing them towards each other, pressing from your heels, still having those inner thighs working, stretching your belly and also trying to bring your chest towards your chin but releasing your neck, and then untucking the shoulders, bringing the neck and the upper back on the mat and slowly rolling your spine down on the mat. Bring your knees in towards your chest, grab them, roll to the right, to the left with your knees. Extend the right leg. Move your hips a little bit to the left and grab your knee from the outside with your right palm and slowly bring it to the right. Opening the left arm to the side, looking to the left for a twist. Take a few breaths here. It always feels very good to stretch your core after working it. Then coming back to the center, bring both knees in and change. The left leg extends, shift the hips to the right, bring the knee to the left, right arm opens to the side, look to the right. You can close your eyes also here. So one way to approach this pose is to relax into it, but also you can use your left hand trying to bring the knee closer towards the ground, but keeping also your right shoulder grounded. And come back to the center. Both knees in. Squeeze them in. And from here, take your Shavasana. So you can extend both legs towards the ground. Your hands and arms really relaxed with palms facing up beside you. Allowing your toes to fall to the sides, relaxing your neck, making the back of your neck maybe a little bit long. And stay here as long as it serves you for today. You can spend a few minutes here if you want. And I hope you will feel better and stronger in your hands and arms after this class. And we will see each other next Wednesday. Bye.